How's it going, y'all? And welcome back to Tech Talks. Today, I have two very special guests. Do you guys mind giving a quick introduction?
Oh, Ramiro, hi. If you don't recognize my voice, you suck. No, no, I've been on the radio for, I started at Jammin' 94.5. Now I'm on Hot 96.9. I've been doing mornings for 20, what year is it? 2024. So 23 years, and I've been in radio my entire life.
Insane.
Basically. That's the short synopsis of it.
Super cool.
I was in a movie with Rudy. He just reminded me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's great. Thank you for having us.
For sure.
I'm Rudy Hypolite. I'm a documentary filmmaker and producer. I have my own independent production company, Creative Bus Documentary Films.
Cool.
And after 35 years plus, I feel like I'm actually in a good place. I've had some of my films shown nationally on Showtime, PBS,
That's
and
so
so
cool.
on. So I finally feel like I'm in a good place. At least I'm a small player, but a player. And feel happy to be at an event like this and maybe inspire young people to get involved, I would say.
Yeah, that's really everything he's saying. I agree with. I think a lot of it, too, is, a lot of people, they see the end result of whatever it is they want to do. So you want to be a basketball player, right? You look at the guy in the NBA, and you're like, I want to be in the NBA tomorrow.
Right.
And that's not how it works. It's a process every day. And you're going to have good days, you're going to have good streaks, and then you're going to have bad days, you're going to have bad streaks. But if you keep, like he was saying, persevering, keep learning, as long as you're doing that, it's when you look at it from a macro point of view, you're growing every day. So you might not be right where you want to be at this moment, but look back to where you were maybe 2, 3, 4 months ago, and you're like, okay, well, I'm progressing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and I'm sure you've heard that saying about it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And that's the thing. It's like a lot of people look at the final result, but they don't think about, especially now in 2024, just because of social media and things of that nature. I think a lot of people kind of see that and they're like, I want to be there tomorrow. And that's just not how it works. You got to be, it's a slow burn. And as long as you have a love and a passion and you're learning and you're growing, at the end of the day, it's going to be a positive result.
For sure.
No matter what happens. And eventually you're going to get to maybe whatever you want to do right now, that's not going to be it. But how Rudy was saying, he was like, okay, well, I picked up other jobs and stuff that helped me learn and grow in that direction. So ultimately, it's going to benefit you in whatever it is you do, even if you're not like, oh, I'm not exactly where I want to be right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Where I expect to be.
Yeah, and that goes a long way. Those words go a long way because when I got out of high school, I wanted to do music.
Yep.
And obviously, like the music field now is super saturated, I would say, especially because there's people who like post one song on like Instagram or TikTok and it blows up.
Right.
And seeing that like as an 18-year-old, like it's very, it gives you like this weird feeling of doubt, because there's people who like take 5, 10 years, they go to college and then pursue their field through college, and there's people who blow up on social media,
Right.
So acknowledging the fact that like it does take time and like it takes that hard work,
And you know what, Anthony, too? Okay, picture right here. Okay, this is 1. This is the number 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you go, the way life works is you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, back to 2. To 3 to 4 to 5, back to 2. To 3 to 4, back to 2. To 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, back to 3. But my point is, like, you get here and you're like, and you fall back and you go, okay, I've been here before, so I know what it's going to take to get from here to here. If you go from 1 to 10, the second you fall back a little bit, it's like falling off a cliff.
It feels like the world's
backwards
ending.
because you don't know what. I just fell into that success the first time, and now I don't have it. Whatever. Let's say you blow up from one song. You release your second song, no one's paying attention. You don't know. You're like, I haven't been here before. So I prefer the slow climb, the falling back, because that's just what life is.
For sure.
You know, so a lot of those people that you look at and you're like, oh my God, they blew up right away. Trust me, they're like having panic attacks, and because they're like, I literally don't know how I got here. I kind of fell into it.
Right.
How am I going to maintain it? Whereas if you build your way there, and once something happens, you're like, okay, well, you know what? I've been here before. I've been at a 6 before. I know how to get back to 9.
Yeah,
Let me just slowly.
You're ready.
Right.
Yeah. You're prepared and you're ready, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so.
Really
So
cool.
don't get discouraged.
Really
I know
cool
it's
to
hard because you see all that stuff, but you know what? Just focus on yourself. Don't worry about. Comparison is a thief of joy, like you know how they say.
And
all about growth.
You can attest, the whole business has changed dramatically.
Exactly.
Music, filmmaking, you know, there's so many more streaming, there's so many
Social,
more options.
yeah.
But again, it's about learning and it's about building on relationships. You may hear people say that, but it's really critical that you create and build on relationships and figure out who you want to keep working with and who can't and who can, you know, assist and who you can assist.
For sure.
If you're able to do that, I've been able to do that to build on my production team. So when I'm making a film, I have folks who want to work with me and who I want to work with.
Yeah. Networking. That's all it's about.
But genuine. You got to be genuine. You
Exactly.
gotta be, right?
It's like it's not just about take.
Yeah,
you have to. Yeah. It's this weird thing where you start off when you're young and you kind of, if you're lucky, you find a mentor. And they help you,
right?
You know, with not like helping you by hooking you up, but they help you with advice because they've been there before, you know. Then eventually you hit a stage where you're still getting help from them, but then there's someone down here that you're helping with the same stuff because you've had their experiences and things of that nature, and that ultimately is going to help you too. Right. You know, it's when you're teaching, you're learning at the same time because it reminds you sometimes of things. You know.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we may be in different areas, career paths, but there's some things that are true across the board.
Yeah.
What he's saying is the same experiences that I've been able to discern, and I want to be that mentor now because I don't want you guys to go through 35 years or whatever. I want to, you know, if I can dispel some advice, I want to be able to do that as I get to the tail end of my career. That's
really, really cool. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot. One last question before we end here. You know, it's a lot more busier than it was a few minutes ago. What do you want people to be able to take out of this event? You know, because I think that there's lots of good chances here for if people want to take advantage of. I would say, what do you want? What's like at least one thing that you want people to be able to take out when they leave here today?
I would say to the more of a mindset, I guess. The mindset of, hey, I want this thing and I'm not there yet. Never mind, I'm terrible, I'm going to quit. No, if the mindset of if you have a passion for it and at the end of the day you're learning and you're growing, that's the most important thing. And you love what you do because you know what? You have one life in this world. Yep. And there's some people out there who Monday through Friday, they work a 9-to-5 job and they're mad when they wake up because they hate what they do, and they're mad when they leave because they hate what they did and they know they got to do it again tomorrow. And they're making good money, whatever you consider good money, you know? And then there's other people who are maybe not making whatever you consider good money, but they love what they do, and every day they get up and they're excited, and that's a huge thing. Getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning is terrible. It sucks. But I'm okay with it because I love why I'm getting up that early. Imagine if I was doing that and I didn't like what I did. I would be miserable. Yeah. You know, so I think I want people to leave here with a mindset thing more than like, oh, I picked up this skill, because those skills and all this stuff, you'll pick that up on the way.
For sure.
But if you have the right mindset, when you pick them up, it's going to help you. You know, because then you're like, oh, let me remember this. I might not be using it today, but let me remember that for down the road. Oh, I met this person. You know what? They were interesting. They had a good, you know, let me every now and then hit them up with a little advice or whatever, things of that nature. So I would say almost like to have the right mindset and attitude in life.
Yeah, that's great. I second what he said. Also, hopefully, some of the things that we're able to talk about would be something that would be helpful to the young people here. Events like this, where you can actually, you know, get access to different folks involved in the film industry, involved in, you know, production, these are the type of things that I don't think we had. So definitely take advantage of events like this.
Yeah.
Take advantage of learning skills, and there are different pathways to that. My pathway may have been different, but the thing is, if you're passionate and you care about it, there's a way to be able to do it. And if you have a family around you who can support you in this crazy business, that means a lot, going forward. So that's something to always be aware of. The people who are there to support you, that you're mindful and you don't just get tunnel vision and just, work on your stuff. You want to be able to do that. But yeah, there's so many things. We can't dispel that in 5 minutes, but I think, there are master classes, there are things online that should be taken advantage of.
For sure.
But there's so much that I can say. That's why I want to make myself available, if I can help in any way.
For sure. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing those words. They're very meaningful. And thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon with some more shows. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll be right back.